Hello friends, welcome back. I'm going to speak a little bit today about perspective. Perspective is one of the few things in life that we actually have power over. It is up to us individually what we choose to focus on. No one can force you to focus on something different if you don't want to. So part of finding joy in life is shifting your perspective, because it's very rare for life to be absolutely perfect. And if it is, it's a moment in time, because life is ever changing. And so we cannot hold on to it so tightly that there's no happiness once it changes. We have to understand that life is change. Life is always, well, not always, but because there's those perfect moments dotted in between. But most of the time, life is calling us to grow and expand ourselves, to find our inner strength, to dissolve our ego, and to let go of our resistance to what is. And we do that by shifting the perspective and trusting in the lessons. So I write about perspective, I'm sure, in all of my books, but I know that in Your Year for Change, which is a collection of 52 short stories, in Your Year for Change, I certainly have a short story around perspective. So check that out if you haven't yet. But no matter what is going on in the world, you always have the choice of what you focus on. You can look at 3 or 4 different kids who are raised in the same family, and they all go through the same trauma, for example. Now, all of those 3 or 4 kids are going to have a completely different outlook on what actually happened. They're going to react differently. In Buddhism, it's called Sankaras. You have these old reactions that are stored within you. And those reactions are often unconscious as dear little kids that we were. But as adults, we can still be triggered by those old reactions, but we can also change our perspective. We have the freedom and the power. It takes mental discipline and it takes courage, but we can shift our perspective and turn something that appears shockingly difficult and hard and something that just brings up so much resistance that you do not want to go through this time, to actually thinking, okay, what is this trying to teach me? What is this lesson trying to teach me? Because when you shift your perspective and you look at it from that angle, then it's like, oh, okay, maybe this is awful and hurts and is painful and makes my heart ache or my body ache or whatever else. But what's the blessing here? What's it actually trying to bless me with? And more often than not, what it's trying to bless you with is the freedom from your past, like to let go of more layers of your past that may be holding you back. And just to bring you closer into yourself and the wisdom of your own heart, not the conditioning that has shaped who you've become up to this point. So perspective is a choice. And I live with rheumatoid arthritis, and please don't write in and ask me, have I tried turmeric and paleo and ginger and everything else? And there's metaphysical beliefs for why I've got this disease and everything else, none of which I actually subscribe to, because I have been on a journey with my body, with the healing of my body for 9 years now, and there have been so many blessings. Now, this doesn't mean that I don't still do a lot of work about imagining my life without the disabilities that RA brings into my life. But I could be feeling sorry for myself all the way through this. And there have been times, certainly in the early years, when I had a newborn baby, things hadn't worked out with her dad. I was a single mum, newborn baby, and I could hardly even wipe my own backside. So, I had my 2-year-old dressing me, for example. Now, I can feel sorry for myself and go through life that way. But not only is it repelling other people, it's actually ripping me off from finding the blessings. So the more we can actually recognize when we're sliding into that position of feeling sorry for ourselves, have compassion for yourself at that time. Allow yourself to feel the sadness and feel ripped off and feel scared and feel challenged and whatever else life is throwing at you. Feel the grief, feel whatever it is. But it's up to you how long you stay in that by shifting your perspective and saying, what are the blessings here? And I write about this in much more depth in Bloom, the blessings that I found through those challenges. But certainly my life is much more manageable, much more peaceful, much happier, much kinder to myself than it ever could have been had I not taken this road with RA and with rheumatoid arthritis. And sometimes people say to me, but you're a Hay House author. Surely you've healed it by now. It's like, yeah, maybe I'm healing me. Maybe the disease is my healing. I'd like to not live with the disease, but as long as it keeps teaching me in a loving way, then it's playing its role in my life. And the same is the case for whatever you're going through. So it's up to us to look at it from the right angle. I look at RA as a friend that I wish wasn't hanging around sometimes, that would actually just scoot off. But one of my greatest... Sorry, doggy... Shh, 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 shh. Hey, come here, Tickles. Sorry, Tickles, I just heard someone outside. Come here, Tickles, come and say hello to the people. Come on, up you get. Come on, darling, up you get. Yeah, we can look at anything. Oh, here we are. Here's our beautiful boy. Hey, like you're a blessing. You're a responsibility, but you're a blessing. So it's up to you. It's up to you how you want to view your challenges. But perspective is a choice. Look at it from a different angle and just think, maybe this isn't how I'm thinking it is. Maybe there's a different way to look at this situation and see it from a whole different angle. And by doing that, you may actually just set yourself free. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you found the video helpful, especially if you truly do want to reach your fullest experience of life with no regrets. You might also like the free resources of articles, interviews and videos available on my website at bronnieware.com. If you'd like your question to be considered for a future video, or if you'd like some inspiration in your inbox, then join my mailing list via the website. Find out more about my books, which have inspired over 1 million people in 32 languages, at bronnieware.com/books. My online programs are found at bronnieware.com/courses. I also offer a very limited number of one-on-one mentoring sessions. Visit bronnieware.com/mentoring to read more. Socially, I can be found on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook and Pinterest. If you've benefited from what I share here, tag your friends so they can too. Stay well and safe out there, and remember, live true to your heart's own song.